Have you decided which one you'd like to particularly listen to, or do you want to listen to all three and just see what speaks to you? We have our Bestiary with our animals. We have our Herbiary with our flowers and plants and things. And then we have our Crystallary with our rocks. Very pretty. I love the boxes. Kind of like the fact that the camera's struggling because it's just all so pretty and shiny. It doesn't really know where to look. So that is my Herbiary deck. Hello there, and thank you so much for joining me today. It's great to see you. At the start of each month, I usually do an oracle card pull, and I have typically kind of bounced between different decks. I have 3 decks that I enjoy, or that I have and enjoy. But we're going to mix things up a little bit today, and I'll get to that in just a moment. A couple of small housekeeping points that I just want to get off my chest. Firstly, it is super warm here at the moment. The UK is not renowned for its air conditioning, so when temperatures go just a little bit warm, it gets super duper warm. Plus, I'm an old lady. I'm not good in very warm temperatures. So I'm sorry if I look a little bit, we could just say dewy, for the purposes of this, but it is warm and I'm really sorry. Other thing, I have not done my nails today, and I normally make the effort and I try so hard to do everything I can to give you as good quality as I can, but today my nails are just normal. I have not done my nails, so I'm sorry for that. And the other housekeeping thing, the third thing, is my lighting. I know it seems as though every single one of these videos I'm like, I'm working on the lighting, I'll try and get it better. Well, my main light has stopped working entirely, so this will probably come across as a little bit darker, and I'm really ever so sorry. After I recorded this video, I'm going to have to order some more lights and see how that goes, but it's definitely something I'm working on and I'm not taking it for granted, okay? So I do apologise. Thank you so much to anyone who sticks with me through these videos, anyone who likes, subscribes, comments, and of course my precious, precious channel members. Gosh, you guys mean the world to me. So today's take on my oracle card pull is we're going to take inspiration from a number of videos out there that I have watched where you have pick a pile. And this isn't going to be a pile, it's going to be pick a card. You're going to get presented with 3 options, and it's going to be up to you to decide which option you feel might resonate with you most. As always, I am very, very keen to remind you guys that I do not consider myself witchy. It is not me who's going to be interpreting this. It is going to be your subconscious. As some of you know, I have been studying, and I need to get back to that actually, a bit of hypnosis, and I think your brains are beautiful. And your subconscious, it does so much, and it has the potential to do even more. So the point of these is going to be, you pick a pile, and do you know what? You can listen to all 3 of them and then decide which one might work for you, because it is your subconscious that is going to be saying, do you know what, if that card means this, then maybe that applies to this for us, you know, maybe we should do more of this, maybe we should let go of this sort of stuff, you know, it's up to you to interpret it, okay? So it's not, I can recommend you witchy people, as I always say, my friend Lisa is a great witchy person, and you should definitely check her out if that sort of pick a pile speaks to you, but this is just brain stuff. This is me helping prompt your brain and nudge it gently, and maybe we can get something out of it. Worst case scenario, I hope that you'll just find this a nice, soft spoken video to keep you company for a little while, okay? That's all I ever want to do, is help provide relaxing, chilled content for you. Maybe it helps you sleep, maybe it just helps you center a little bit. Okay? Alright, well, come with me and we'll take a little look at the cards, okay? Alright. Thank you for joining me here. As I said, nails are not great. I think what I might do is I might point to things with a feather, because that looks nicer than my nails, right? So we have 3 cards. What we're going to do is we're going to turn them over and then I'm going to read about them, but maybe have a little think right now, see if any of these speak to you more than the others. So we have card 1. So this is going to be from the Bestiary deck, and this is represented by a bee, little bumblebee there, and a mosasaur tooth, I believe. Now, this is card 2, and I went outside to look for some fresh flowers to represent this and to decorate with, but it's very, very warm, very, very dry outside, as we have discussed, and there are so few flowers left right now. It is very, very dry that I decided I'm not going to take the last few flowers from my garden. I'm going to leave those for the bees and any other insects that might need them. So this is why I actually remembered that I have a little crafting kit. I used to make handmade cards, you know, like everyone goes through these phases. So I have this crafting kit, and I remembered that I had some flowery type stuff in there. So that's why we're being represented by these today instead of fresh flowers. And a sunflower, which is great for bees. Sunflowers are just so good. This centerpiece of sunflowers is actually made up of tons and tons and tons of tiny little tubules, and it is those tubules that the bees they stick their little tongues down. So it's not one source in the middle, it's that it's made up with lots and lots of little tubules with nectar, which I didn't know until relatively recently. And then the third pile, this is going to be from our Crystallary deck, and this is some Prenite, and this is some rough, it's the watery one, aquamarine. This is rough aquamarine. Okay, so Prenite, rough aquamarine. These have no bearing on the cards that are under them, other than representing which deck they came from. Okay, so just have a little think. If you think, do you know what, I like the look of all 3 of those, that's cool. You don't need to have to stick to one. I'm just going to remind you of the decks. So, first one, Bestiary deck. Here we go. I was going to say doggo. Wolf in the corner, so cute, little owl there. And what I previously accidentally called an elephant tentacle, which normal people would call a trunk. Elephant tentacle equals trunk. So there we are, that is the Bestiary deck. And then we have the Herbiary deck. Yeah, it's so pretty. They are bewitching botanicals. Very pretty. I love the boxes. Kind of like the fact that the camera's struggling because it's just all so pretty and shiny. It doesn't really know where to look. So that is my Herbiary deck. And the third one is the Crystallary deck. Again, very shiny, very pretty. I just love the different hues, the different colours that they come in. Oh gosh, I've just realised that's labradorite. I actually need a decent piece of labradorite. I need like a fist-sized piece of labradorite. I've got 1 egg at the moment. In a previous video I said I'd bought some bits in the past, and I'm pretty lucky to have some solid buyers that I go to, but early on I bought this egg and some other bits, and you know what? The egg is not very flashy, so labradorite can be quite flashy, and it can also not be very flashy. And those pieces are a lower quality and not my sort of thing because they're not as shiny. So I do need to get myself a nice piece of very shiny, flashy labradorite. Anyway, so you have your 3 piles. Have you decided which one you'd like to particularly listen to, or do you want to listen to all 3 and just see what speaks to you? We have our Bestiary with our animals. We have our Herbiary with our flowers and plants and things. And then we have our Crystallary with our rocks. Okay, let's start. Let's just do this very sensibly. We're going to start with this one, then this one, then this one. Alright? I hope you are comfortable. So, I'm going to pop our bee just to one side. Okay, little bee. There you go. Let's move you back, put the bee there. And put our mosasaur tooth here. There we are. So this one. Oh. So the idea with these reads, it's just to, we're going to look at the booklet, see what the booklet says about the card, and then your subconscious is going to say to you what that might mean to you, what steps you might have to take, what things you might need to keep in mind, right? So remember forgetting human. This is the first time we have had the human card, and I don't think I've read about it, but if you look, the human has all of these other animals inside its head. I must say right now, I feel like I've got all sorts of creatures inside my head. I banged my head on holiday the other week. I had a headache ever since. So it does feel like it's about to explode, but I don't think there are any animals inside it. We also have these flowers here. We have a book which perhaps represents knowledge. Yeah, I always say this is interesting, but it is because it is the first time we have selected human. I think I can see some sort of maybe turtles here, little snake there. I think my friend Sol would like the snake. Could that be a peacock? Maybe an antelope or something? That's a bat. My friend Ninja Steen would probably like the bat. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to read about this one. We're going to do each pile. It's not really a pile because it's only one card. So I guess pick a pile. It's more like pick a card. We'll see. See what works for us. I might still stick with pile because it does have things on it, right? There might be a little cut there because there was a motorbike. If you have your own treacle bingo card, you can tick off motorbike, okay? Right. Remember forgetting. I'm a little bit discombobulated by this. I know it's symbolic. I do know it's symbolic, but, someday, when the animals gather to tell the tales of being, they will say, remember when humans went through the great forgetting? They forgot they were one of us. They forgot we are brothers and sisters. They forgot they too are of the earth. The animals will shake their heads and ruffle their feathers, remembering the rift and near catastrophic destruction the humans caused in the throes of their forgetting. Even now, humans know there is something missing, something lost. We live our lives with a nagging nostalgia, a longing for something we can't quite name. What is it that you are forgetting? That one's quite direct, isn't it? There is an aeroplane right now, but I hope that you can still hear me okay. Anyone taking part in treacle bingo can also tick off very big aeroplane. I'm sorry. But yeah, that one was definitely direct in how it is asking you to do some self-reflection and to have a good think. What is it that you're forgetting? Does it feel like there's something nagging in the back of your mind, or even deep down, that you're not paying attention to, that you've let slip? Okay, now let's move on to the second one. This is from the Herbiary. Rewild plantain. And here we have plantain plot. We have this map. Interesting. And what appears to be a hot air balloon. Maybe there's some exploration involved in this. Yeah, we've got some mountains up here. This could even be, there's an X there. I wonder if it's like a treasure map. I wonder if X marks the spot. But what is that treasure? What is it that we're seeking? Well, I don't want to read into this too much myself. But yes, this is it topography? We have the different heights on a map. Many years ago I did something called 10 tours, which is something that the youths can do. There's like 35 miles, 45 miles and 55 miles that groups of youngsters can do in a weekend, and you go around to different tours on Dartmoor, which is a beautiful, beautiful area. So I remember that from the map reading. It must be very different these days with GPS, and I wonder if they actually read maps and use compasses anymore. Anyway, yes, rewild plantain. I know one of my friends has had some plantain recently. Okay. Let me look that up and tell you what the booklet says. Alright. Rewild plantain. If you let her, plantain will share stories of wagon trains and ocean crossings and Alexander's shenanigans in Egypt. Given a chance, she'll make a traveller of you too, drawing you gently out of your comfort zone, moving you from safe to the edge of the wild, pushing the boundaries of civilized behaviour and laughing at your scruples. It will start with a small thing. Plantain might offer a leaf to ease a sting, or the itch of poison ivy. Just chew it and spit it on the bite, she'll encourage. Great Aunt Hilda would have a heart attack, you think, while your inner wild child smiles gleefully at this baby step away from civilized. If plantain appears, it's time to indulge your inner child and seek out your next adventure. I wonder if anyone was immediately drawn to plantain or to the middle pile and are now like, oh, my next adventure. Interesting. Now we have one more to look at. And again, you don't have to just feel drawn to one. There might be, because they're from different packs, different decks. there might be some overlap, but also they might say completely different things, and all of those things may speak to you, and that's just great. If it just gets you to think a little bit, wonderful. Okay, this is another huge aeroplane, so I'm going to stop. Okay, that was a plane, and gosh, it is so warm. I am so sorry that I look so dewy. Let's look at the last pile, which was our aquamarine. I love some of these rough stones. They just look like a bit like sweets. Obviously don't eat them, that would be bad, but they look great. And then prehnite. It's lovely. I really like the alleged metaphysical properties of prehnite. It's really cool. So I'm going to pop that one down here. And let's go for... Ooh, I don't think we've pulled this before. Blue topaz. Be soft and listen. Wow, do you know this is... Oh, gosh. This is the second time today that we have had this combination here of the eye and the hand. I think these are the zodiac signs, right? Perhaps. Oh no, there seem to be too many. Maybe some of them are zodiac signs. Again, if you are interested in actual witchy content, there are plenty of channels to check out. I am just interested in this stuff, but I do not claim to be at all witchy. I think that would be disingenuous and misleading. That's not how I want to be. But I am very interested in this stuff. So yeah, we have the eye up here, and we have the blue topaz right in the middle of the palm there. And these are these walls. This is an interesting, it's not just a plain background, it's not just a plain, like just a pattern in the background. This is very pretty, and there's a lot of green here. A little bit psychedelic, isn't it? This pattern in the background does seem a little bit. I wonder what it means. Be soft and listen. Okay. Right. Let's look this one up. I don't have any blue topaz. I don't have any topaz at all, but let's read about it. So this is an 8 on the Mohs hardness scale, and if you've watched any of these before with the Crystallary deck, the Mohs hardness scale is supposed to, so it is how hard a rock is, but in terms of interpreting your reads, you're supposed to see something with a lower hardness scale as something more immediate, and something with a higher one as being more longer term, alright? And it goes up to 10, I believe, so this is an 8. So this is a kind of medium to much longer term thing. But let's see what that thing is, okay? Sister to Imperial Topaz. Blue shares the message of abundance, but where Imperial reminds you to savour the world around you, Blue wants you to notice the gifts within you. We are, all of us, brimming with insight and intuitive knowing. I agree with that. We are far-seeing and empathic. That is, when we allow ourselves to be, and don't bury our inner truths under self-doubt. Blue topaz asks you to open to the richness of your intuition, the way your dreams offer glimmers of possible futures, and your stomach knows when a situation is not quite right. There is richness within, Blue topaz reminds you. You don't need a teacher or a textbook. You simply need to be soft and listen. I like that because I feel that kind of backs up what I say about these reads, that you have so much within you. You have your intuition, you have your subconscious, and quite often, deep down, you know what's going on, or you know what you need to do. Or that you know that something is wrong, or that something is right. I hope this was interesting. I hope perhaps it was relaxing. If you can get beyond my dewy glow, come with me. I really appreciate you spending some time with me. Thank you so much. Let me know if this format worked for you at all, or if you prefer the other format. I might experiment with more versions of this. As I said, there are lots and lots of content creators who make pick-a-pile type content. If you check out Lisa, It's Practical Magic, she will have like different number of different things in a pile, and you claim which one you feel you're drawn to. So it's really good stuff, and I like the premise. I like the idea of you having some sort of say in it, you being drawn to whichever ones you want, whether that is just one of them or whether you feel more strongly towards one. You can think about each of them. They all have very solid things to say, and they all may apply to you. But again, thank you. I will be back next month. Well, I'll be back next week with something else. It'll not be this, but have a delightful day, a wonderful week, and of course, the snuggliest of sleeps when it is time to go to bed. Take care.